I'm going to start getting deeper into the wiring. Last time we got the ignition box and the coil mounted up. Today I kind of just want to go through the stock harness and get rid of some not necessary. Like I believe this wire is for the tack inside. This one I'm not sure what it's for. I'm just going to kind of start going through this harness and getting rid of stuff that is just not gonna work for us here. And then once we clean up this harness a little bit, we'll continue on with our ignition box harness here and getting all of the wiring on the sniper done. For now, I'm just gonna cut this open and just kind of delete whatever stuff we don't need here. Alright. Let's just peel this open. That is a lot of electrical tape. Looks like a positive wire that goes into the firewall for some reason. And it's not connected to anything. We'll figure out what that goes to. I'm gonna have a lot of tape to cut here. Some of these could be fire hazards. This right here, what the heck is the point of this? This just goes to nothing. Let's continue cutting here. See what else we'll find. Oh man, what is going on here? Looks like a bunch of the wiring is just twisted together and taped, which is not ideal. But we can solder that, take care of it. Okay. So this looks like the harness that goes into the firewall there. This red wire feeds two red wires. What does this even go to? It goes to nothing. What is the point of this wire? Oh, is this for the ignition? I think this was for the coil. This might be a switched power. Yeah, I'm not sure what this wire does, but it is taped up in about 10 spots. Okay. So we got these wires here. Don't know what they go to. I believe these wires are going to my headlights. This might be main power in the cab. Main power in. And then this all goes to my light source. We got all of these wires that go to nothing. They're just chopped here. This wire, I believe, goes to the tack inside of the vehicle. I'll have to check that out to see. I believe that's what it's for. Jesus. Got a single green wire here going inside. Looks like the wire for the temp. And then these two wires here look like they're going to that switched power there. Orange wire is coming from that harness. This is what I found after getting all that tape off of there. We have a whole lot of wires that are just twisted and taped up together. All right here, looks like it might have been just chopped at one point here and here. And they just had to extend the wiring for the lights and whatnot. So we gotta fix that. Maybe add some connectors here for the light harnesses. We have a random ground wire just chilling here. We have, so that's this harness here that goes into the car. Looks like this needs to be repaired here. Maybe we extend these wires to meet this way. Here we have this bundle of wires that's just chopped, goes nowhere. I'm going to unwrap all this wiring, see what we got going on. Just take that off of there, take this off of here if possible. And wow, that one is corroded too. We might want to make some changes on this here. Maybe run a different style bulkhead to there. And then we got one single wire here. What do you do? Why are you in there by yourself? Okay, so, I mean, with this off, that kind of takes care of this whole harness. We can remake this or change it up a bit. That main wire here that's corroded, looks like it goes to main power on the battery, and it's pretty melted. Yeah, it's that thick black and yellow cable, which is actually spliced into here. Thick black and yellow, just taped up to our main positive that was going to battery over here. So let's clean that up, and then we'll clean up the rest of this harness as well. This wire I have to confirm, I believe it goes to our tack. Let's see here, what else we got? These two wires, I want to say they're a switched power for something. Looks like they all bundle up and go in here, and that does not look like a factory hole. So we will go in the car and see what all that wiring goes to. Maybe just delete whatever the heck's going on there. And then we have these wires here, and those are going. Where are those going? Let's check this out. Okay. So those two go to nothing. And the other two are over here. They go to our starter solenoid. So now we know those wires are for starter solenoid. So cool. We'll remake that harness as well. I'm guessing these two are maybe a blower motor or something of that sort. So for now we can just pull that over here, get it out of the way. This wire goes to the temp sensor here, which I wasn't aware that it's like an aftermarket temp sensor. So I might just pull that out, plug the hole, get rid of this because we have our Holley EFI temp sensor there. So I will just get rid of that completely. Get rid of that wire, get rid of that gauge. Let's actually go on the inside here and see what we got going on underneath the dashboard. Alright. Let's see what we got. Ignore my start switch here. It's our start signal. When you want to crank, you just flip that switch. Looks like all of those wires are gonna lead to here. What did this run? Okay, so the white, red, and black look like they run to our RPM gauge, which we might get rid of as well. And then this one's just kind of piggybacked onto that one for the light. I don't know if you can see that. The light on this temp gauge. So I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of this temp gauge. Get rid of this tack for now. I kind of like it. It's like an old school looking. I might keep that actually. It's pretty cool. But just to start the wiring here, I think I am just going to cut that, get it out, maybe save it for another day. I'll get rid of this gauge here as well. Take that out, get all the wiring out of there, because it looks like all of this wiring just goes to that gauge and this gauge. We can clean that up a lot. Smaller. Now, get pulled through the firewall. Oops. We're going to get rid of all these wires, pull them through the firewall. There it is. All right. Cool. Now that that's all gone, let's go ahead and take off this gauge. I'm tightening it there. There we go. Alright, solid ground right there. Just fucking inside of there. Let's go ahead and pull that off. There's that. Couple of zip ties we gotta cut there. Okay. Not sure what that tape's supposed to be holding. I am gonna save this because I kind of like it. Maybe in the future we'll use it. The rest of that will go in the trash.